As winter solstice approaches on December 21st, a powerful portal opens to support us with our journey of healing and expansion. Now, choosing to engage with this energy in the form of ritual will magnify the magic in this moment and give us access to new levels of consciousness, new powers of healing, and just, help us to magnify everything that we want to bring into our lives. So in this video, I'm going to share with you a powerful alchemical ritual that you can do in the comfort of your own home. And it's purifying in nature, so it's going to help you to cleanse away all those sticky, heavy energies that don't serve you as we move into this new phase. So that as we step into the new year, you can embody more light and love in your heart, right? So, and this ritual goes on to help your community and your family, and even ripples out all around the world through the waters. Yes! So you're curious to find out how? Come with me, let's go home, sit around the fire, and I'm going to share with you how you can make this magic work for you in your life. So welcome to my home around the fire. I'm so excited to share this ritual with you. It was gifted to me during a group meditation on the 12th of the 12th, and the instructions were very clear. I asked if it was just for me or for everybody, and said share it with as many people as you can. And this ritual, as I say, it is alchemical in nature. We're going to be working with fire, water, air, and earth in order to bring these elements into a collective where they can support us in many ways. So I'll briefly tell you what things you're going to need. Very easy to have at home. You're going to need a white and a red candle, taper candles ideally, because we're going to be lighting them each day for 5 days, beginning on the full moon, because this is when the ritual begins. It begins on the full moon, which is on Sunday. So the white taper candle, as I say, we're going to be lighting it over the course of a few days. So this type of candle is better than a tea light candle. And a red taper candle as well. So this is to represent the masculine and the feminine. In pagan traditions and also in Tantra, the red represents the feminine, because the red is the colour of our menstrual blood, and menstrual blood means that we're fertile. And the white is for the masculine, of course, representing the semen of a man, the fluids of the man. So these are representing the sexual fluids of the masculine and the feminine, and bringing those into sacred inner union. Of course, they make pink. So this is and pink is where we meet in the heart. So we've got the masculine energies here, the feminine energies here, and they meet in the heart. There is beautiful pink light, which is our heart frequency. So we're bringing those two together in the ritual. And also you're going to need a bottle of local spring water, ideally live spring water that you can drink. If you don't have, here in southern France we have many springs. I'm very fortunate to be able to choose the type of water I want to drink, but ideally live spring water is coming out of the ground. If you don't have access to that, then I was told you can get just go to a local supermarket. They may have all spring water from a nearby source that you can use that. Put it into a glass bottle, ideally with no words or anything on it. So, I like this one because it's got a lovely gold top for the sun. But you can use bottles like this, they're nice with the red and white as well. Or even just a jam jar. Just be careful that it doesn't have any branding on it, because that can affect the frequency of the water. Just to give you a bit of background on why this is so potent and why this is such a magical time to perform this ritual. In these few days in between the full moon and the solstice itself, this is when we go into the darkest part of the year in the northern hemisphere. So these days, these final days of darkness before the sun starts to return and the day starts to get longer, this is a really potent time to do some final cleaning up, right? You've probably been doing a lot of work this year. You may have had a very turbulent year. It could have been really powerful and fast, and you may have moved through a lot. This is kind of a final piece to help you to release those energies. So we begin our ritual on the full moon. Now this is quite important, because what we're going to do is we're going to charge our spring water with the light of the full moon. Now, even if you've watching this a couple of days after, it's okay. The full moon energies are felt sort of 3 days after the full moon, but ideally you want to get it out on the night of the full moon. So the moonbeams are reaching into the water, and get it grounded on the earth if you can, if that's possible. If you can't, you don't have a garden, then just find a way to get it outside so that it can pick up some of the moonlight rays. And you're going to bring the water inside, and you're going to create a beautiful altar. a special altar for the solstice, honouring the sun. So with gold and white, and and you can also bring in fruits, maybe like satsumas are great this time of year. Anything that really represents the light of the sun for you. You're going to make an altar, and you're going to place your bottle on this altar. And then every night after the full moon, you'll find a moment to sit and meditate at the altar. You'll light your white candle and sit and stare into the flame, and really drop inside yourself, drop into your heart space, and just see what's there. See what your heart's longings are. See what's really wanting to be purified and cleansed, what's ready to be released. And then you're going to open your bottle, and you're going to whisper those hopes, those dreams, those intentions that you have, and any healings that you're also requesting for your physical body. So you've been unwell, and you're wanting some cleansing for the physical body as well, because we are going to drink some of this water on the solstice. And as we drink this water, charged with all of those powerful intentions, it's going to come in through the body, and literally, all of those intentions are just going to light up in the cells, and it's going to do its work, right? So this is really beautiful magic. So we're going to whisper, just whisper into the waters, all of those beautiful intentions. And they could be intentions for others as well, for family members, for people we love, for world peace, whatever it is you're wanting to magnify, offer it to the waters. Then you're going to place the cap back on to seal those intentions, put it back on your altar, and leave your candle to burn for a couple of hours. Make sure you blow it out before you go to bed. So then we get to the solstice. So we will have spent, however many nights you've been able to sit with your candle, ideally every night, whispering your intentions into the water. When we come to the day of the solstice, you're going to open the bottle, and ideally you'll do this out in nature. I'd recommend going out to nature if you can go close to your closest river, your closest water source or well or spring, and we're going to have a ritual there. So at this moment you can, you might like to offer some petals or make some offerings, make some fruit offerings to the land, to the spring, and make it really special. Make it a beautiful honoring of this returning of the sun, of this day of reset as we move into the new cycle. Then you're going to drink a little of your water very consciously, receiving the water, just taking little sips, feeling this water, just really holding it in your mouth for a few moments and allowing it to really connect with your DNA. And it will, as you swallow it, just imagine it's going to penetrate all of your cells and move around your body. It's charged with a frequency, and that frequency is going to move around you and do its work. It's a magical, magical process. So we're going to drink as much of the water as we feel to drink. You might want to drink most of the bottle, but please do leave a little to return back to the land. This is really important. And ideally, as I say, if you can be at a water source that's connected to a river, this is the ideal place to do it, because all of those beautiful intentions of healing, of light, of love, of peace, everything you've put into that water is then going to be carried by the river. You're going to offer it to the river in a very ceremonial way. And your prayers will be carried through the waters, of course, down the rivers join to the seas, back into the seas, and eventually be vaporized back up into the air and rain down on the rest of the world. So, I mean, imagine if everybody were to pray for some peace, put some peace and some love into some water and offer it to the world. Now, this would be a super powerful collective prayer, right? Super powerful. So, this is the main part of the ritual. And the final part is, if you're feeling for the next few days you want more integration, there was a red candle, of course, as well. So if you're needing more integration, and I would recommend doing this part, it's not essential, I was told, but it can be very useful, is to light your red candle on the following 5 or 6 nights until it burns down. And to sit with it, just sit with it in silence, and just feeling, just connecting with your body, connecting with your breath, and just allowing this integration and just inviting more integration of these new energies as the days get longer. So I'm going to take you over now quickly to show you my little altar. And if you've got any questions or anything like that, you can put them in the comments. So here's the lovely altar I've created. I've used a lovely mandala cloth, which has got lovely yellow and red to represent the sun. And I've also laid a golden piece of fabric in a circle to represent the return of the sun as well. So really honoring the solstice in this moment. I've placed my water, you can see, in a little bowl with some lovely deep earth, which is again creating some grounding for the water. And yeah, that's a really great idea to bring in the earth element. You can also use crystals to bring in the earth element as well. I've got a lovely red crystal over here. It's good to have all 4 elements present. Obviously, we've got the water from our spring water. We've got the fire in the candles. The air is the breath that we're breathing into there. And also I've included some feathers also to represent the air element here too. This lovely mirror I just bought the other day, it represents the sun. It's beautiful for doing mirror work and yeah, looking ourselves in the eyes, and it's just going to magnify the energy on the altar. There's also a statue of Isis there. She's one of my guides, and yeah, it just feels great to have her present on the altar with her open wings as we purify and set ourselves free from all those things, all those stories, all those experiences that don't serve us anymore. So my lovelies, that's the full moon solstice ritual, and I hope you're feeling super inspired to get started to bring some new magic into your life. I really would love to hear any comments you've got below. If you have any questions about the ritual, just pop them in. Really happy to respond. And one final word before I go is to say that what I've given you today is a foundation ritual. It's really, it's given you the foundations of the 4 elements and some special timings and some practices that you can do. But once you open that door, once you enter that space, make this ritual your own. Really respond to your impulses, your heart's impulses, your gut impulses, whatever comes up. And it may be that you want extra resources like draw an oracle card, or use some essential oils or some elixirs, or it may be something physical you need to do, like have a bath or have a shake. There might be some energy and some emotions that come up that just want to be moved. So just bringing in more light into that space, really trusting that what comes up is your medicine and really going with that. I always say, if it's not bothering anybody else, go for it, go wild. If you feel like you want to run around naked in your garden, then go for it, sister. This is your moment to really step into higher frequencies. And sometimes, yeah, some physical stuff is really necessary. So sending you so much love for your solstice, for this portal between the full moon and the solstice. And I'm wishing you a beautiful, beautiful journey as we return to the sun on the 21st of December. And the sun, then the days start to get longer than the nights, and we enter this new sun cycle. So I'm sending you so much love. Mwah.